Oh, 1500s guy. Okay, that's like one of the first teams ever that did well, right? I think there might have been something different over the Hydreigon, but as far as I remember, that is one of the first successful teams, right? So let's do against this. Sinister's an issue for Dondozo. I mean, Terra Steel is alright. Terra Steel will be alright. So let's go Volcarona and Excalibur. And Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Golingo seems fine, but not that great. So let's go with this. That is not a cool trainer card. Pretty standard stuff. I want to overheat and Glaive Rush the Annihilate. I reckon that would get it. I mean, not if they Terra Fire, but they didn't, so this is decent. That's definitely in range, right? I know I'd say definitely, it's frame guarded, but you know. They might put themselves in range, that would be funny. So they're going to KO one of my Pokemon, but this is a worthwhile trade. Nice. And strong! Nice. That is a incredible start. Could not have asked for a better one. Very convenient that Excalibur outset, but they had to be jolly for that to be an issue. That one's alright, so I can just struggle bug and protect here. Do I need to protect? Because just in case they're focus energy. No, I'll just attack. Just follow me, that's fine. Are they timid on the Hydreigon? They are the focus energy set, so the struggle bug will no longer matter. But that's alright. Hopefully I'll be able to Tailwind next turn. Let's KO the Mousehold, and then it will be Sinister as the last almost certainly. How heavy is Hydreigon? At least the Sinister won't recover too much. Oh yeah, it's 40 base power, thought so. Okay. I mean, I get either a Tailwind or a Glaive Rush, right? Because they KO one of them with Draco. They might not KO the Volcarona with Draco. They will KO the Excalibur for sure. Oh, but then the issue will be that they can Trick Room. If I Tailwind and they click Trick Room, that's really bad. Probably should have just gone for Overheat into the Sinister, because it would have just put it in range of Heavy Slam. Oh, it just lived you. That's fair enough. Okay, so that was a wasted turn from them. So then, you can go with the Dondozo. And assumedly they're going to click Trick Room this time, right? I'm inclined to click Wave Crash into the Hydreigon. Because either that forces a Rage Powder, which means they're not Trick Rooming. Because, like, they're going to defensively Terra here, right? You've got to. Otherwise, Order Up just bops you. Got to Terra. Surely. But then being a timid Hydreigon is really bad for me. Because Tailwind will run out and Volcarona can't then reset it. It's got to be like a Fire Terror, right? Or a Steel or whatever. Poison is the best one in my opinion, but Fire is best when you have a Fire move. And I'll have to wait and see if I got the prediction correct. Because if it's Trick Room and Defensive Terror and also Draco, that's very good. Okay, I can still play the game somewhat. It was Steel. This is strong enough. Don't click Rage Powder, click Trick Room. I just Tailwinded. Please click Trick Room. Hey, I can still play the game. Let's go. Look at that. I can still play the game. How lovely. And the game is just over, so sweet. Because obviously Trick Room is good if I click Tailwind, so I'm glad I clicked Tailwind. Otherwise that would have been more likely to be a Rage Powder, so sweet. Good stuff. Take those. Now hopefully I can still get to the 1700s. I reckon if I make it to the 1700s, I'm going to stop. Even if I don't do all 45. What's that? That's 512. That's 35 championship points. Like I'm content enough with any championship points. And against 1670, that would be a good amount if I do win. That's a Toxicroak. I'm not sure Toxicroak is better than Mousehold. But what do I know? I keep losing to this team. Even though I feel like I've got a good matchup. Standard thing to go with is Volcarona and Baxcalibur. And then just Dondozo. And it should be fine, but I need to remember I can easily just bring in Tatsugiri instead of Dondozo so that I don't get intimidated. So long as Tatsugiri survives until it jumps into Dondozo's mouth. Until it survives, then I just need to be able to chip away at the Amoonguss and the Incineroar so that either of them are in range of the Dondozo, so they can't cycle with Spores and Parting Shots. If one of them is KO'd, Dondozo is free to just do its thing now. Because they won't be able to Spore and also Parting Shot and also Cycle Intimidates. And also that is not a very good trainer card. Ah, they went with Basculegion. Okay. Fine with that one. So I believe what I can do is I can switch to Dondozo. Could switch to Tatsugiri. But I will switch to Dondozo and I will Glaive Rush the Basculegion. And if they flip turn, then I'm Glaive Rushing something. Nothing is resisting Dragon. So something is taking a huge amount. I could have Terra Darked, but I didn't want to commit that early. Lots of people are willing to risk Flame Body. It's quite interesting. That's what we got. What's taking the Glaive Rush? Incineroar makes sense. Amoonguss makes sense. There's Amoonguss. This is big damage. That is big damage indeed. And is it Rocky Helmet? Is it Citrus? It's Citrus, but that's still in range of Ice Shard. Tailwind? Yep, just Tailwind. But I can Ice Shard the Amoonguss, and like I've said, if the Amoonguss is taken care of, then Dondozo is freed up. I could just Dondozo immediately here, because I'd outspeed the Amoonguss, and then Order Up is a KO. But it wouldn't be if they switch an Incineroar this turn. think I'm content with Sash broken. If they defensively Terra the Amoongus, that would be how this goes wrong. I'm running out of time. Okay, I could have just gone to Dondozo, but to Tatsugiri, but fair enough. Oh, okay. So they don't have Incineroar. That's better for me. That's better for me. Okay. Hurricane will still hurt. It's not going to be the most ideal thing. I've probably taken too much damage on Dondozo for this to be worth now. Obviously, critical hits don't help, but at least that is... at least that wasn't through a Tatsugiri. So... I don't know who's fast between Pelipper and Archaludon. How many turns of Rain's left? 3 turns. Yeah, that crit is incredibly annoying, because I'd have been able to just Terra Steel and KO the Pelipper this turn. But now it's not particularly worth it anymore, is it? I mean, I'll still try it. That was close. But, yeah, if I do manage to snipe the Pelipper, because the Hurricane won't be able to KO me, and if there's a Dragon move into the Baxcalibur, that was good. If this is Electro Shot, I should still survive. It would have to double up into Dondozo to KO me. I think I've lost way too much momentum by letting Dondozo take too much here. Because on the next turn, Basculegion comes in and they get a double KO. So I don't think this works. So looking back, if I would have gone for... well, because they crit anyway, but... yeah, we're living that, but we're not living Electro Shot as well. So that's also a thing. Dragon move, hopefully. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Dondozo. Dondozo. Don't even think about it. Okay. But I still think this is pretty bad. That didn't KO. This is still incredibly bad because they just Weather Ball and... still just Weather Ball and then Dragon Move, KO my Tatsugiri, and then I still lose. But... Tailwind is ending this turn, right? No, it's still doable. It is definitely still doable. Because they won't have Electro-Shotted. Oh, okay. They're preserving their rain. I think that might be slightly better for me, maybe. They did Electro Shot, so I keep my Tatsugiri at least. That's the key bit. No, I think I still lose here. No, I can't see a way out of this, because they've still got one more turn of rain. That means that they can just KO my Volcarona with Flip Turn. And even if it's Baxcalibur, they get to Dragon Move one of them. So it does still need to be Baxcalibur here. But then they'll Dragon Move KO one of them. Last turn of rain, but they preserve the Pelipper. So... at least they can't last respect. They can only get one KO here. So what if I try and play for this instead? Because if I dodge a Draco, or they target the Baxcalibur with the Archaludon, I think there's still a chance. But the main mistake here was letting Dondozo take way too much. And I say let it take way too much. It also got crit, keep in mind, but still. Okay, so I might have got it the right way round. I might have just got it the right way round. It'd be very odd if they doubled the Tatsugiri here. Okay, okay, we're in this, because this is definitely chunking. That's chunk. Okay, what's the way to do it? Burn the Archaludon would be a way to do it. And Draco the Amoonguss. So ideally I don't get a KO. Most ideally this is Rage Powder and Body Press get burned. Okay, yeah. So it didn't matter where I Dracoed. And now Flame Body is not 30%. It really isn't. Told you. It really isn't. But I get an opportunity to Tailwind. And that is pretty significant now. I think I must Tailwind. And I'll Draco the Archaludon if they let me. But assumedly something's going to sleep. But the fact that they've given me an opportunity to click Tailwind gives me a way back into the game. If they click Spore, I think I still lose. If they don't click Spore, then I might be okay. This is -4, this shouldn't KO. If it does, that's pretty sweet. It did. Pollen Puff yourself would be so good, but this is almost certainly a Spore. But at least my other Pokemon can KO the Pelipper. They did Spore, okay. It's got to be Pelipper first. But do I stay in as they click Tailwind? They went Basket Legion first, okay. Okay, so they're going to want to regenerate the Amoonguss then. Which means... Doesn't matter if I click here. I think I need to stay in and catch the... Hopefully this is Pelipper. Yeah, okay. And then... No, because then they get a KO here. I need to reset the Tatsugiri. Yeah, if they KO the Volcarona here, it was so much better to reset the Tatsugiri. And you know, Flame Body is still an ability. Okay, finally. There we go. There we go. So this has now become so much more in my favour. Finally. Thank you, Flame Body. Now just connect this Draco Meteor, and things are looking actually pretty good. Because I'll be able to Glaive Rush and Draco the Basculegion, and that is going to be enough for a KO, forcing the Rage Powder, which is probably still a KO into this Amoonguss. And because they're burned, they can't KO me. Just hit this Draco. Thank you, Tatsugiri. Cool. So, -6 Tatsugiri, but Baxcalibur ready to go. No, this still doesn't work because they're going to have a superpower Last Respects. And if I click Glaive Rush, that doesn't help me because I will be KO'd. So if they Rage Powder here, how many turns of Tailwind? So 2 turns and 4 turns there. That doesn't work. Yeah, it would have been better if I reset the Tatsugiri there, because I could have actually done damage with it. They would have still been burned and still had Pelipper, but then it would have been Amoonguss and Pelipper. I'd have been able to go for Muddy Water and Glaive Rush, that's a double KO, and then I'd be able to beat the Basculegion. But now, because Glaive Rush will put me in Last Respects range, I don't think this works. Just depends if they Rage Powder or not. Yeah, I don't think this works. If they click Rage Powder, I think they win. If they click Rage Powder and they're a Terra Fairy Amoonguss. Okay, that made no difference. But if they click Rage Powder, then they should win because of the Glaive Rush interaction. They did click Rage Powder. Like, this should KO the Amoonguss, but they will be able to KO my Baxcalibur, and I don't think there was much I could do about this. Unless I went for a critical hit Draco Meteor, because yeah, like this is a KO, but Last Respects, even through the burn, is going to be a KO. So now I need to critical hit Draco Meteor on this turn, else I lose. So yeah, I needed to switch out the Tatsugiri. KOing Pelipper was cool because it stopped Tailwind and all that, but yeah, that needs to be a reset of the Tatsugiri special attack drops. And then I would have got a double KO the next turn. So yeah, Last Respects is too busted. I need to start using Basket Legion again. I was using Basket Legion before it was cool. I need to go back to it, because it is super busted. It would be nice to steal a game with a critical hit at some point in this run, because, you know, it's statistically likely to get them, but... Oh, still outspeeds. Fair enough. Doesn't make a difference. I already saw that they outsped, so there was no chance at all. But, yeah, that's another rain team that I've lost to. Thought I had a good matchup against rain teams. Apparently I don't. I'm not sure why. Seems like it would be a good one. So clearly something is wrong if I keep consistently losing to that. I can't change anything, so I have to deal with it. 10 games left. Maybe 10 games. If I hit 1700s, I'll stop. Unless it's like one game remaining, and then might as well. But at least that's a 1600s guy. That's a cool team. There we go. Right. So assumedly that is a Sap Sipper of Azumarill, because when you see Gothitelle with Azumarill, it should be Perisong. And that means my Golden Go is very good. So if I can deal with the Meowscarada and the King Gambit, that's decent. The main issue I can see as well, like it's an issue in my team building here that I overlooked, is that I don't actually have good ways of hitting Water Fairies. Like, Primarina walls me pretty well, unless I Dondozo them, and that's like Terra Blast Electric Tatsugiri, or it's regular old Dondozo. But against a Perish team, I'm less inclined to go Dondozo. So I think I'm going to go Volcarona and also Tatsugiri without Dondozo. Golden Go is very good here. And also, I will go Baxcalibur. Because I think I need the Golden Go for sure, because otherwise Azumarill might be very tricky. I'm intending to Electric Terra Blast with my Tatsugiri, but otherwise I would be struggling with the Azumarill. That is a cool trainer card. I think it, like, looking back, it might have been worth going Golden Go Volcarona. Doing it a bit better, but this seems alright. I'm going to attempt to snipe the Azumarill. I'm going to assume this is U-turn from the Meowscarada. No, I don't think Terra Blast would KO. I want to get in my Golden Go. But if they knock off instead of U-turn... Like, if they U-turn and I switch to Golden Go, I'm so sorted. I'm going to switch to Golden Go. I'm going to Electric Terra Blast this Azumarill. Okay, that works. This is Gothitelle. I've got this right. Okay, cool, cool. I can still play the game. This is an absolutely god-tier position. Because I'm about to best of one my opponent. I'm going to be doing the GCing for once. It is always I that gets GC'd, but now it is them. Because there is absolutely no way ever that you Terra the Azumarill here. Like so. And now this is definitely in range of just make it rain. Or it's just gone. Amazing. That is the best start I could have possibly asked for. I mean, actually, I think I would have preferred not to KO the Azumarill there. Because then that's just a free Make It Rain KO instead. Now they can go back in the Meowscarada and try and knock off. So I will protect the Golden Go, and I will attempt to Terra Blast the Meowscarada. And then if they fake out and knock off, then I will switch to Volcarona and try and burn them with the Golden Go, because Golden Go is able to switch out Shadow Tag because Ghost. And by trying to get any sort of chip into this Meowscarada, it will put it in range of Ice Shard, unless it is a Protean one. And if it's a Protean one going for knockoff, then suddenly Terra Blast is no longer resisted and probably just KOs it. And even puts it in Ice Shard range, if not, even without it being a Grass type. So, this was pretty good. I assume they are faking out my Tatsugiri. Nope, it is just the knockoff, that's fine. And it is Protean, so now my Terra Blast is doing much more damage, so this is going incredibly well. Big damage, Tatsugiri, let's go. Very good. I see. I understand. Oh, and they were trying to catch the Volcarona switch in as well. Okay, and that also would have covered the Golden Go staying in, because then the Hypnosis goes into the other Pokemon. So, yeah, very reasonable. However, now I shall switch back to Volcarona to preserve my Golden Go, because I said it was very good in this match. Or do I switch to Baxcalibur, because if it's King Gambit waiting in the back, Volcarona's much better against it. What was the other Pokemon? Amoonguss, Gyarados. All of them Volcarona are better against. So I will switch to... Yeah, I'll switch to Baxcalibur on the knockoff. It will survive. That's perfectly fine. And I will Terra Blast the Meowscarada. They don't switch the Meowscarada, so if this is Choice Banded, then it is now KO'd. Yeah, just knock it again. That's definitely banded. But this is a KO now. And then, do I dodge the Hypnosis? Even if I don't, if they have King Gambit in the back, they still have a chance. If they have Amoonguss in the back, the game is just straight up over. If they have Gyarados, then it is still a game. It's not over, but I deserve some luck. You've seen in this run, I deserve to dodge those Hypnosises, right? And it is Gyarados waiting in the back. Cool. And they haven't used their Terra yet. So... That Gyarados is massive. What? Must be one of the bigger ones. So obviously I can just Terra Blast the Gyarados. But it could also just defensively Terra. If it defensively Terras, then Golden Go hits it nicely now. I'm going to double this Gothitelle. So I feel like they need to pray for Hypnosis now. Yeah, okay. I can still play the game. Good, good. I can still play this game. Sometimes. I can sometimes play this game well. Don't be Citrus. Okay, nice. This might KO. I don't think it will, but it might. It won't. Like so. I can still know my damage counts. Oh, it's Super Citrus. Yeah, that's way worse than Citrus. Be Citrus. Even though that's probably only a Zimmeril. Okay. You've seen that I deserve this, right? You've seen I deserve this. I'm not complaining at all. I am owed some sort of game like this. Like, yes, they are just spamming Hypnosis, that's on them. And it is statistically likely for them to have hit at least 1 out of 3, but yes, the game is just completely over. Very good. Well done, Terra Electric Tatsugiri. Because that's a KO, and so is this. Random Terra Electric Terra Blast is good. Like, my Assault Vest Chien-Pao was really good with Terra Electric. Even in open team sheet, best of 3, Electric Terra Blast is really good. No one uses it. Electric Terra Blast is good. Seriously. Try it out on some Pokemon. It's actually a really good Terra.